So this is our, we just took a break. This is our second, we'll call it second half, I guess. We're going to work on this table of contents using what is called paragraph styles, and you will love them. They're fabulous. How would you like to turn a 1-hour job into a 10-minute job? This is what happens. You can basically turn an hour's worth of work into 10 minutes worth of work, and it will be probably more accurate in that 10 minutes than it would have you taken an hour doing it. Are we ready for this? It's fabulous, I swear. Okay, I'm going to zoom into the first section of the type. In other words, page 21, Next Generation Travel. Now, Word did bring in a bunch of colors, but these are no good. First, let's address colors, okay? We're zoomed in here, but let's go to our swatches just for a moment. The reason why Word colors are no good, they're all in RGB mode, and RGB does not belong in the print world. So, we need to go into the swatches panel. If you can't find it, go to Window, Color, Swatches. Again, that's Window, Color, Swatches. And you don't want any text selected right now, okay? Just have your black arrow tool, which is your selection tool, have that chosen. Now, we're going to get rid of all colors that are not being used right now. Now, since this is a CMYK world, we usually can't delete the cyan, the magenta, the yellow, and the black. But we can delete the RGB. So we have a red, which is the red in the RGB spectrum, the green, the blue, and then all these colors. So click on the first topmost red, not the pink one, but the first topmost red, and hold down the Shift key and click on the last color in that swatches panel. You may have to, before you do that, you may have to expand that swatches panel. If you click on the very bottom of that panel, you can pull it down. Then click on the first red color, hold down the Shift key, click on the last color. Then click on the little trash can, and it says, oh, what, you're removing swatches. What do you want to replace them with? Black is just fine. Hit OK. Those swatches are not good. Has anybody used the Pantone matching system before? That's what we use in the industry. Okay, first, get your swatches panel out. Second, expand your swatches panel by clicking and dragging on the bottom little bar. Click on the first red color. Make sure nothing's selected, by the way. Click on the first red color, not the pink one, the red one. Hold down your Shift key and click on the last color. This is selecting all those colors except for the cyan, magenta, yellow, black, paper, and registration. Lastly, you would click on the little trash can in the swatches panel down in the lower right-hand corner of that swatches panel. And then it'll say, remove the swatch and replace it with, and black is fine because we haven't done any colors yet. And they're gone. Again, click on one color, hold down the Shift key, click on the other colors, hit the trash can, and it's okay if you can replace them with black, hit OK. All right, now let's talk about color just for a moment. The client is using a pretty wide variety of colors. In the Word document, we can see what those colors are. These are, of course, RGB colors. Our clients probably don't understand Pantone process, color, or printing. That's why they hired us. But we do know that they want the first section red, the second one green, the next one blue, the next one a goldenrod. Not yellow, because you can't read yellow on white. A dark blue, a lighter red, and so on. They're all different colors. Even these two reds are different. One's more of a maroon, and one's more of a super bright red. Okay? So there's no two same colors. Let's assume they want these colors. Now I'm going to go into my swatches panel in InDesign. And I need to get the Pantone swatch books. There's a little flyout menu for the new swatches here. If you look at your swatch panel, there's a little hash marks in the upper right hand corner of it, right here. We want to click on that little hash mark, and you'll see that a flyout menu comes up, and we want to choose New Color Swatch. We are not going to mix our swatches. We're not going to put in our cyan, magenta, yellow, black values. What we're going to do, instead of color mode being CMYK, we're going to go to Pantone plus CMYK, and they are printing on an uncoated paper. We would need to know this before we choose either CMYK coated or uncoated. On uncoated paper, it soaks the dot soaks into the paper and it gets bigger. On coated paper, the dot kind of lays on top of the paper, it doesn't spread. So we need to know, are we going to print on uncoated stock or coated stock beforehand? So we have to know a little bit about the end before we start the beginning. So we're going to go to Pantone, CMYK, coated. It's still CMYK. But we will see that there are all these different colors to choose from. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All these different colors. Now, you have the swatch open, and I would definitely look at the Word document. Now, because Word and InDesign are different programs, I don't know that we can split the window between them. I kind of doubt it, but I can say, okay, there's a nice, rich kind of blood red. Not a bright red, but a nice, rich red. So I'm going to look for a nice, rich, deep red. Okay, there's one. I hit the Add button. It will put it into the Swatches panel. So I just put a maroonish red. I don't care which one. Just pick a maroonish red. And hit the Add button. It will add it to your Swatches panel. Make sure nothing's selected, by the way. The next color is a really kind of a bright green. So now I'm going to scroll through the swatches panel. I'm going to try to find a bright green. When I find the bright green that I desire, I will click on it and click the Add button, and it will go to my swatches panel. It looks like for Spain and France that's just going to be cyan. So I don't need to create a cyan. It's already there. That bright blue. That's cyan. Some people call it cayenne, but that's not the case. Cayenne is a pepper, and usually a red pepper. So don't call it cayenne. It's different. There's this nice goldenrod color. Now I'm going to go find this goldenrod. Okay, find a nice deep goldenrod, not a bright yellow because it's printing on white. So let me find a nice goldenrod. There we go. Hit Add when you find that. A deep blue. I'm going to add a deep blue. Oops, excuse me, wrong thing. A super bright, almost electric red. Oh gosh, now I got to find an electric red. Not that deep maroon red, but a really bright red. Add a bright red. Ew, this is not a very pretty color. It's not brown. It's kind of a burnt orange color, but it's, you know, they got a lot of different colors, so we have to kind of choose some that aren't as pretty as others. It's kind of a burnt orange. A purple. Again, this is why I keep the client's Word document around. It helps me understand kind of what they're looking for. And if they decide later to change it, no big deal. Ooh. Well, they got some really icky looking colors in here. Part of the problem is yellow isn't very easy to read, and they have their type in all these colors too. So yellow is kind of out of the equation. And a bluish gray. So you're just trying to visually match up the colors that are in the color bars. When you get them all added into your swatches panel, so I got all mine added, I just hit the done button on the new color swatch window. Just hit done and we're ready to apply color if we're at that point. I'm going to save my document. Again, your colors don't have to be exactly the same Pantone color as mine. They just need to be a maroon, a bright green, a kind of orange that can be read on white, can be read easily on white, a dark blue, a bright red, a burnt orange, a purple, a muted sort of greenish weird color, and a grayish blue. Or aqua if you wanted to do, if you don't like grayish blue, do aqua. I don't like that gray blue, I'm going to add aqua. Once you get all those, save it so that way if you mess something up, it's still there. Okay. So let's say you have your colors in. You can always, if you don't have all of them, you can always come back to it. It's not that big a deal. All right. First off, I'm clicking on page 21, Next Generation Travel. This is known as a transition page. So I am going to color it the maroon color. Okay, so it's maroon. I know it's hard to see the difference between maroon and black, but that's maroon. How might we visually separate this, not only by color, but by other means? How do we separate that transition page or that section page from the text that's in that section? Color is one way. What's another way to kind of give it a bit of visual difference?
Text size.
Size might be bigger or smaller, usually bigger. What else?
Box.
A box, okay, which is what they did in theirs, is they put a little red box in there. What else? I did already enlarge it, yep. That was Danielle's suggestion. What else can I do to create kind of a, I wanted to have a sense of unity of this other text, but other than color and making it bigger, what are other options to set it apart? Change the font. All right, we could change the font. What else? Italicize it. Exact style. The style. I could all caps it. I could bold it. Yes, there are all sorts of different ways. Okay, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep it the same font. It looks good this way. So, but you know, make it so it looks different. If you want to use a different font, more power to you guys. Use a different font. I don't care. If you want to use something that has more, it provides more contrast because this is more of like a little subheadline, go right ahead. If you want to make it a little bit bigger, go right ahead. I think I'll make mine a little bit more bold, assuming it has, oh, okay. That's a little bit big, but I need to load some fonts. I have very few fonts. That's not as classy feeling as the thinner stuff. I'm going to go back to the Word document and make sure there's nothing, no additional instructions here. Use the image, sidebar. Is there a circle somewhere? Oh, it's in the instructions online. Ooh, let's see what the assignment says. Good point. Okay, it's a 2-column grid. Adjust image with proper size for publication, resolution, color. Okay, make sure it bleeds 1/8 of an inch. Okay, got that. Use paragraph styles in InDesign to format and edit paragraphs. We're going to do that in a minute. Then use character styles. Okay, we're going to do that in a minute. Use tabs. Okay, we did that. You can choose whatever fonts are appropriate for the assignment. Just be consistent and make sure they have upper and lower case, plus special characters and glyphs for proper punctuation. We have those words that have tildes above them and stuff, so you can't be using free fonts for this. Let's see. We use the Word document as an indication of coloring for each of the sections. For each section page, use a circle behind the page number starting the section. Ooh. That's where we are. This 21 needs a circle behind it. Okay. You might think that we could just simply draw a circle behind it. Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it? So I'm going to draw a circle. It needs to be the right color. No stroke. So put your stroke on none. Your fill should be the same as that first color, that maroon color. Now, if we were to send that to the back, this is how a lot of people do it. Send it to the back, and then double click on the 21 and make it white or paper color. This is what they're looking for, this kind of thing. The only bad thing is when I go to click on the text box and move it, the circle does not move with it. That's frustrating. Even if I group them, that would be fine, but if I had to go and change some sizes or tabs or some other things, it will probably give me a problem. I'm going to test a theory here. I'm going to make, first off, I'm going to make the 21 yellow just so I can see it, okay? Because I'm going to move the circle off. When it's white, I can't see it. So yellow, it's hardly noticeable. I'm going to cut that circle, and I'm going to paste it before the 21. And then, now you guys don't necessarily follow along yet. I want to see if this works. I'm then going to push it down using a baseline shift. And then I am going to see if I can get that 21 to move over inside of it. So let me see if I can do this. So that would probably be tracking. Let's highlight this. Oh, it's not going to work. Minus 50. Nope. Okay. I got to figure this out. If that's what my client wants, I gotta get this figured out. This is really crazy. Jeez, how am I going to get this to work? Let me try another thing. This is the stuff that clients give us. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is hard. Well, you know, not everybody goes into graphics because it is hard. Let me see if I can get this to go the other way. Nope. Oops. Excuse me. Doesn't seem to want to budge. So I need to get a circle behind the 21. You suppose this font has a circle with numbers in it? I kind of doubt it, but let's go into my glyphs and let's find out. Type, glyphs, do we have a circle with numbers? No, no circle with numbers. We have one of these little circles. So I've got to figure this out because I want this automated. So I want to be able to repeat this formatting over and over again because I've got one of these for each section. And I want to also make it so that when I edit it, it will flow with the text. Boy, I'm having all sorts of issues here. I may have to resort to something else. It can't be a paragraph rule because paragraph rules, well, they're straight lines. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try rule above, preview it. That's not even close. I mean, is this going to work? Instead of a line, maybe I do dotted. I don't know. Maybe I just do one big dot. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. This is how, this is just some of the stuff we have to do to do our jobs. It's like we have to just kind of explore, and we want it automated. So I'm like, okay, this is getting better. Just exploring. Only problem is it's got 3 dots and the 21. I don't know. Let's see if it's. Let's see if I can make that pink. Oh gosh, darn it! It's saying the rule above is the same color as the number. Okay, I can't get in there. I'm getting there. So I'm like, okay, let me go to paragraph rules and make instead text color. I'm going to make this that maroon color. There we go. I'm going to give it a heck of a right indent. Oh my goodness. If I give it a heck of a right indent, then it should end up with one circle. Oops. Or I change the gap in it. I got to think about all of this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. I know. It is under that flyout menu, the little, like where I go over 2 key and same secret. Hold on, let me hit OK. It's out here towards the far right on the control panel. That's where I'm going to test this theory. So if they want this automated, and meaning it flows with the text, I got to find a way to do this. Now, I suppose I could look into a Google search and see if there's something that somebody has figured out. A lot of this kind of stuff, they have not figured this kind of, you may not find this. I'm getting closer. But that's still not it. So I'm like, okay, I got to get this. Now I got to get the number to indent. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just crazy. So I'm going to go there and just figure out if I can even do it. I guess can I even do this? When I get it figured out, then I can go, okay, now I can apply this to other things. So I'm kind of just playing around, just trying to figure it out. Just getting the numbering and does this work? Does this work? How about 0.8? It's just, This is just trying to guess around. Now, if you don't know about paragraph rules, you wouldn't know to try this.
The dots aren't even showing up for me.
Oh, they're not? All right, so this looks like it could work. Now, is it formatted properly? No, but it can work. And you're probably thinking, well, why don't you just put a circle behind there and call it a day? Well, because for auto flow, if I want to move a text box or flow something, I want the circle to flow with it. So I'm trying to get an automated sort of thing. Now, let me walk you through how I did that. Now, the only reason I could think this through is because I know the tools of InDesign pretty well. And I've used a lot of the tools in InDesign. So I will walk you through that because it did work. Okay. So first off, I went to the flyout menu. I selected the paragraph. I went to the flyout menu on the control panel. I went to paragraph rules. On rule above, I have it checked on. Now I put the weight, first off, the type of rule, I put Japanese dots. Unfortunately, I can't do a custom rule in here. That would be nice, but there's no custom here. So I use Japanese dots. Now you'll have them go all the way across the top. I put the weight about 22 points. Now it could be slightly larger or slightly smaller. It just needs to end up working. I may have to go and change these later anyway. This may be too big. I don't know yet. I chose the same maroon color that I did for the type. Make sure it's not text color. And then I adjusted the offset so that it would be center to the number. My offset numbering is going to be different than yours because I'm using a different font than you are. And that's okay. We just adjust the offset until the circle appears optically centered up and down to the number. It may not be left and right centered, but optically centered. Now to kill all of the dots, and you only want one, I put the right indent. Mine is at 2.75 inches. It killed all but one or two dots. Now mine actually has two dots stacked on top of each other. So you'll see that, yeah, now you can't see them at all. 2.75. If I go smaller than 2.75, you can see all of these dots coming back. But for me, I took it down until the dots either stacked on top of themselves or it ended up only having one dot. For me, that was 2.75. For you, that may be a different number. We just want to get it to work. This is really complicated stuff to try to get this little dot back there and to have it be repeat formatting.
How did you pull up paragraph rules?
It's the first select type. It's the little flyout menu off to the side, and there's paragraph rules about 3/4 of the way down. Mm-hmm. So you could start with the same numbering I have, but chances are, because you're using a different font than I am, these may be slightly different. So my weight was around 22 points. Yours could be lesser or bigger than that. The type was the Japanese dot for me. I also just tried regular dotted, and I was having a little bit more of it was giving me more fuss. So you could try either Japanese dots or dotted. If dotted's not working for you, try the other one. If Japanese dots aren't working, try just regular dotted. The color was not text. The color was that first maroon color. And my offset, mine was negative 0.08 for it to get centered to the text. Now, your text may not be in there perfectly centered left and right. We can deal with that in a second. but up and down is where we're centering it. And to get rid of all of the little dots that are in there, you take your right indent down until it squeezes all out but one. And again, my numbers, your numbers and my numbers may end up being different because of the size of the font I'm using and the type of font I'm using. Now, once you get all that kind of worked in there, you may have to set a slight left indent on your paragraph. Like if your number is pushed off to the left like this, well, first I'm going to make that number white or paper color. If it's pushed off like this, put your cursor in that paragraph. You don't even have to have it triple click. Just put your cursor in there. And for the left indent, set that until it looks centered. So for me, it was like 0.0625. For you, it may be a whole different number because of the fonts. Yeah. This one will be hard for you guys to explain it as far as if you're having trouble, because it's a really complicated little thing.
When you try and change your number to a different color, is it changing the bubble too?
Yeah. No, yours is flipping. Mine all weird. Actually, this one I made because I made the circle first, and that's got the number inside. Like I made it into text. But that's on the side. But the only thing inside it's not connected.
Still not working.
Guys, this is really rather complicated. And the only reason why I'm making this complicated is because I know we're going to have to use this formatting over and over again later on. Each section is going to have a circle behind the page number. And I also know that if this flows and we change something, we want it to flow with it, not have that little circle just hanging out behind there in the wrong place. So this, if I had 100 pages of this, I wouldn't want to draw all these circles and move them every time. Okay, so again, that's triple click on the excuse me. You could just have your cursor in here too, but get that first line, page 21, go out to the flyout menu for your control panel flyout menu, go to paragraph rules, and you could start with the same numbering that I have, but understand that you may have to make adjustments based off of your particular typeface. After we get that in there, that 21 will be pushed to the left a little bit. Just get that circle to optically center up and down. Okay, we'll go and give them a left indent later. Don't worry about a left indent here because this left indent is for the actual dot, not for the number.
I can't get my number to go into the circle.
Get your number to go into the circle. It's probably in there, it's just the same color.
Well, I keep trying to change it, and then it changes the bubble too.
Oh, okay, go into your paragraph rules. Paragraph rule. And instead of text color here, make that the actual Pantone thing. That way, because it's text color means you want this circle or these dots to be the same color as the text. Now when you highlight the text and make it white, it'll be fine.
There.
Okay? Yeah. Guys, for color, if this says text color right here, you will never see your number because the dot or the rule, so to speak, this is a paragraph rule, the little dot will be the same color as a text color if you say text color. So make sure you choose that maroon color. If this says text color, the dot will be the same color as your number, and you won't be able to see your number.
And then how did you move that dot closer to the title?
Okay, to move the dot closer to the title, I just simply, so mine's like this, okay? I just put my cursor in that paragraph and I just did a left indent. So my left indent is right here. And I indent it until it looks good. Now sometimes you may have to type in a different number than their preset numbers. If it's not perfectly centered and it's you may have to put a couple little, do a little physical adjustment. So if 0.625, which is a default, if that doesn't work, it might end up being 0.6 or 0.8 or whatever. You just do it till it finally falls in line. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, this one's a tough one, I know. Yeah, but the client says to use circles. Okay, let me bring my numbering up and maybe we'll just, well, actually, you know, we'll do it by eye because this is how you do it in your news. Okay, so where's this right indent? Take that down, 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 down. Oh, I'm sorry, up, up, up. Right, back direction. And until they finally come together to one. Okay?
Are we supposed to go in?
A little bit. Is the number supposed to come in a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be optically centered. So in order for that to come in a little bit,
Oh, no, like how you have the 21 closer.
oh, right here, I'm going to move
Yeah.
that later.
Okay.
I'm going to change this tab, guys. Now that we've got this figured out, I have to change this tab and move it over. So the preset tabs that were in there, they look good initially, but now that we're actually working on formatting, we're going to have to change them. Okay, so this tab will stop right here. It'll have to move over just a smidge. And all of this will have to have a left indent of for me, 0.0625. So it'll line up underneath there. Otherwise, it'll look kind of weird. You guys getting this?
Yeah, why is it that we left indented that instead of keeping the 21 where it had been aligned?
Because we cannot get that bubble to move any further to the left. That little circle, I don't think. Let's look. Maybe we can. Oh, we could. Yes, we could. Ooh, yes, we can. Oh, if I did a left indent of minus 0.0625, and then this is 0. Ooh, that was an excellent question. Some of you guys said I did get it to work. Well, God bless you.
That's what I was asking.
You
why
are
it was
smart.
over.
Smarter than me. Aha. So go back out to that paragraph rule business and do a left indent of minus 0.0625. Haha. Then you'll have to adjust your right indent a little bit to get that extra circle to disappear. Gosh, I'm glad you answered that question. You know, it's kind of like they say there's, how many ways to skin a cat or whatever. It's just another way to skin a cat. But if we don't have to do a left indent on that type, it's best that we not. Thank you, Grentis, for asking that. It made me think how to figure it out better.
And then if our circle is touching the page number below it.
Oh, don't worry, we're going to adjust that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We have only just begun, haven't we? Guys, that took a lot of effort. I think you should save it. Okay. Now, let's make what is called a paragraph style out of this. We have done some major formatting on this. There's a paragraph rule, which is that dot. There's all sorts of adjustments. There's coloring. It's kind of, the headline's a little big. And you know what? I do think we need to put a little space after the paragraph so that the next page number doesn't touch. So let's go ahead and go to our paragraph formatting before we create our paragraph style. And let's put a little space after the paragraph. This is space after paragraph. It's got the little picture right here, space under the paragraph. Let's bump that up a little bit. There we go. Makes me happy. So we get it all dressed up and ready to go. Looks good. Dressed up, ready to go. And now we're going to create what is called a paragraph style. Do not do character styles first. Do not. And the reason why is, and we do have something that needs to be of character style. Paragraph styles affect the entire paragraph. Character styles affect those tiny little items inside that are different. The thing that's different here is the 21 is white. Okay, that little 21. Now the dot, the little dot above it that's a paragraph thing. That's not a character thing. But the character being white is going to be a character style. Now let's see how this reacts because I have a white piece of type with a maroon piece of type. Let's see what it's going to do. This is, usually I have them all one color before I create the paragraph style. Now, in order to get paragraph styles up, the easiest way is to click on Essentials over here and go to Typography. Okay, because right now we're just dealing with some of the essential tools. So let's go to Typography, and it will still have some of our essentials up there, but it will bring up paragraph styles. Oh, I'm going to rip those off so you can see it better. Okay. Now, let me make the mistake first, okay? Guys, don't click on a new paragraph style. I'm going to just watch me do this for a minute, and let's see if it fouls up. Now, I have this selected, and I want a new paragraph style. I click on the little Create New Style button. Looks like a little page. Now, it says Paragraph Style 1 popped up, but it still has a normal one. I'm going to click on Paragraph Style 1. It does have a plus sign. Normally, we don't want plus signs. Uh-oh, as soon as I uncheck that plus sign, it turned that type white. Ooh. Okay, so we may have to go in here for just a moment and double-click on the paragraph style and make the text color all maroon. I'll go back in and make the other one white in just a second. Yes, my 21's going to disappear. I also might rename this paragraph style. I do call it number 1, but I call it section break. Or you could call it section transition or whatever. Then, because this little 21 needs to be white, let me see if I can get in there. I'm going to make him white. Now, this is going outside of paragraph formatting, so you're going to see a plus sign here in just a second. I'm going to go to my swatches. I'm going to make him white. Oh, there's your plus sign. A plus sign means that additional formatting happened after you made the paragraph style. Ooh, well, that's okay if you're doing character styles. I'm going to go to character style because this affects a couple of characters within the paragraph. Don't worry, I'll show this again. I click on plus character style, double click on it, and I'm going to call it white numbers. Click OK. Now you'll notice this section break does not have a plus sign by it when I have that selected. Now if I select all of it, yeah, we're good. Now, let me show you the magic of paragraph styles, and I'll show you how I did this. Okay? So I know that European multi-country is a section break. I know that this number is a white number. I know that, what is the next one? Spain and France is a section break. I know that this is a white number. I know that just Spain by itself is a section break, and I need this as a white number. Obviously, I have some other formatting to do, right? But don't worry about it. I'll get to it. France is a section break, and its page number is a white number. Then British Isles is a section break. And the reason why is I'm looking at the Word document in front of me. I have it printed out because I cheated. Now, I always print out the documents because I hate going back and forth because I'm like, I don't have the time. Italy and Greece, and oh, let's see, what else is next? Italy, Greece, Germany, where are you? There it is. Germany, uh-oh, I got a problem here. Oh, no. I have 100 number type things. Oh, now my numbers don't fit in the circle. Wish I would have thought of that before. All that hard work. Now I have to edit it. Asia is the next one. Where is Asia? There we go. And Asia's page number is white. Now this isn't perfect, but you guys get the idea. Isn't that quick? Now, I'm going to show you how to do it in a moment. I just want you guys to just, I want you to salivate over how the quickness. Salivate over the quickness. Now, here's the cool thing. Let's say somebody said, oh, guess what? we need to make everything a different font. You're like, oh, no problem. Let me get in here. Let me get my text selected. Oh, you want a different font? No problem. After I make a paragraph style, I don't do anything in the paragraph control panel. I just double click on it and I edit everything here. Every paragraph formatting option is right in here. Oh, you want, what'd you say? You want a different font? Sure, okay. You want Helvetica? Sure, fine. There it is. Hit the preview. Oh, look, they all just went Helvetica. Every single one of them. All of them. Okay, oh, you don't want a Helvetica? Oh, you want a serif typeface? Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. No problem. How about some Myriad Pro? Oh, that's sans serif. How about some, I don't know what that font is. How about something I know what it is? How about some Avenir, which is, again, a sans serif. Okay, let's just go with, we don't have anything, oh, Copperplate sucks, but that's okay. But you can see that if I'm doing things properly through paragraph styles, I can instantly change a 100-page document, all the subheads, in one split second. It wouldn't matter if this is 1 page, 2 pages, or 100 pages. If I had applied those paragraph styles to all the subheads, it would have changed them all in a split second. Isn't that heavenly? This is what I mean by turning a an hour job into 10 minutes. I mean, that would be like a week's long job trying to change hundreds of pages of stuff. That's so inefficient. You would be working like till midnight at the office because you don't know how to do this. You would be doing struggling. You would just be struggling so badly. So this is kind of cool because you can just quickly change fonts. You could also quickly change colors. Let's say if somebody wanted to, character color? Oh, you don't want it to be maroon? You want them to be all red? No problem. Now, I need to change the paragraph rule as red too. But if they like maroon paragraph dots with, then you can go to, you want the paragraph? Oh, there's paragraph rules right here. Oh, I can change that color too. Oh, you want a icky, ugly, yellowy, yucky dot? Fine. But do you see how magical that is? Click, 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 done. I'm going to hit cancel because I kind of like what I had before. Now let's walk you through how to create a paragraph style, okay? Now you know the magic of them. Oh. Excuse me just a second. I'm going to go back to what I had before. All that hard work I just did, it's okay. I know what I'm doing. It's all right? Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. Definitely go to the typography area. Instead of essentials, go to typography. And then you don't have to rip off the paragraph styles. They're usually over in this dock over here. You can see them over here. I just rip them off and up high so you guys can see them well in class. So paragraph styles first, not character styles. So I'm definitely going to park those character styles out there. First things first, I hate to do this, but make all this text maroon, okay? So go to your swatches panel and make it all maroon. Right now we have a mixed thing. We got white with maroon. So just make it all maroon so that way it doesn't get too confusing. Oops. All right, so you will go to the paragraph styles because this is affecting an entire paragraph. You will click on the Create New Style button. It will not apply the style to it till you click on it. So if it says Paragraph Style 1, click on Paragraph Style 1. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that old one. Oh, shoot. Then rename this paragraph style. Maybe, I always number them like, this is my first paragraph style, section break. Or you could just call it section. That's really frustrating. I don't really want it to be based off of section break, but it's doing that by default. So if I hit no paragraph style, okay, definitely do this. If it says based on, just put no paragraph style here, because later on it will, and you want to pay attention to that. Later on it'll base it off of previous styles, and when you try to edit them, it'll mess everything up. So I'm just going to do no paragraph style and hit OK. Then, just to make sure we get that 21 as white, highlight your 21, go to your swatches panel, make it paper color. I'm going to make a character style out of that. Bring up your character styles, because it's little characters within the paragraph, just a couple of them. So this is a character style. Click the new character style button. It'll say character style 1. Double click on it. Call it white numbers. And now we have a white numbers character style. Now, we're going to make all these different colors, but you can, if you want to try it, go down to the European multi-country and say, hey, you're a section. Cool. Highlight the page numbers and tell it it's white numbers. You can kind of just see how they work. Then you can click on Spain and France, page 49. Make it a section. Click on the section paragraph style. Then only highlight the numbers and say they're white numbers. So you just want to see how these work. This is again why I typically have the Word document open and don't mess with the Word document, their original. Okay, we got 2 hands up at once. I need to probably come visit, or do you have an open question?
No, I have an open question. When I made the paragraph style, it turned the color of the subheadline to black rather than being the same as the circle.
Okay, so that's fine. Easy fix. Double click on your paragraph style. This will get into your edit areas. Go to character color and make it maroon and hit OK. And it will fix that.
Cool, thank you.
Okay. And the second question. Okay, if it brought up the 3 dots again, okay, after you create a paragraph style, double click on your paragraph style. Go to paragraph rules in your paragraph style. Don't go off to the flyout menu, because we've already made the paragraph. Once you make the paragraph style, we have to do it all here. And now do your offsets and your numbering again. Maybe it's the right indent that's the problem. Maybe take that right indent and push the up arrow button and see if you can get that to come back for you. Okay, so once you make a paragraph style, you don't have to go to your character paragraph formatting or anything up there. You don't have to come up here anymore. This is one-stop shopping when you edit a paragraph style. You have basic character formats like your fonts and your point size. You have indents and spacing, left indents, right indents, all that. You can set a tab. You can change your paragraph rules. I mean, anything you want is right in here. Oh, you can turn off hyphenation in here if you forgot. I can click on hyphenation and go, oh, did I turn off hyphenation? Oh, I did not turn off hyphenation. Let me do it here. So you don't do that after the fact. You don't go back up in here. You do it in the paragraph style options. You edit that. It has everything that a paragraph could ever have formatted. It's fabulous. No, your stuff's not going to look good yet, guys. We're just getting this started. Now, do you think I'm going to make one for this next bunch of stuff? For the places that you'll visit within that section? So in this case, they have a section on youth and women's leadership, language immersion, STEM, tours, and service learning. Then we get to the traveling stuff. But I'm probably going to indent this slightly to the left because this page 22 doesn't look like it's centered under 21. So I might do a slight indent there. I also may readjust my paragraph style for my section so it has a space above it. Because you can see how that's running into that. I don't want to necessarily put a space below all these paragraphs because they're already fairly well spaced. But this one needs a space above it. So I'm going to edit the paragraph style. Like, man, everything's getting crowded. So it doesn't matter which one I'm on. I just edit the style as long as I'm in one of these section headers. I'm going to go to Indents and Spacing. And I need me a space before. There we go, perfect. Isn't that great? It does it to all of them. Okay, thanks. That is fabulous. Maybe more than that, but.
You changed the space before?
Yeah, I grabbed one of these guys, double-clicked on the section headers, or the number one, and I went to the Indents and Spacing. I adjusted the space before, and it does it to all of them, and it just makes it super easy. But I have to edit the paragraph style, so it'll do it to all of them. Wow, as soon as you do that, you're like, wow, this is becoming kind of real. It's looking kind of good. We only have 3 minutes till class. Let's save this, shall we? And let's back it up because we're going to start this back up on Wednesday. It says it's due Wednesday, but you know, this is the first time I've done this exercise, so I'm not sure how long this takes. So we're going to save it. We're going to back it up. I would recommend that you guys use your Google Drives or flash drives or both. There really is no reason that you should have not, you shouldn't lose your assignments. Not for good reason, at least. So if you guys go to your Ivy, my Ivy, you have that Google Drive. So I'm going to go to my Google Drive, and I am going to continue. And I'm going to upload my file. In fact, I'm going to upload the whole folder. Make sure you save it before you do this. So I'm uploading it to my Google Drive. That way, when I come in on Wednesday, if something catastrophic happened, to, maybe I left my flash drive here, maybe somebody took it, maybe it fell out of my pocket, maybe they re-imaged the machines, and I got on my desktop, which obviously anything on my desktop over break is gone, which I had backed it up anyway. But, anything can happen, so back up your stuff. And we will continue this process on Wednesday, and we'll probably be able to hit the home run on Wednesday. And I'll start us with I'll probably get us a tabs exercise because I think we really need to understand tabs. Get us a tabs exercise for Wednesday after we get this one done. All right, so make sure you guys finish your quiz number 8, copy fit. If you have a quiz that you wanted to make up and you have not already made one up, you need to come see me before you leave today. Let me know what that is so I can get it accessible to you. Oh, shoot, I don't have the sign-out sheet. It's in my printer. I do have my attendance taken, though. So you're not going to sign out today necessarily. But if you need to make up a quiz and you need to let me know which one, don't ask me which one. That's your job. Which one, 4?
4.
I'll send you an email and let you know that that is available. Okay. Mila, quiz 4. All right. Thank you. Uh-huh.